Well, Uriah, we know this is always one of your fun things to do, so we appreciate you coming.
I love it. I missed you guys.
I know you always you love us because we always ask the same stupid questions over and over. So I guess I'll get it out of the way.
What he's talking about.
I guess I'll get it out of the way. How are you feeling health-wise? I know we had the weight scare last time, and I know you said you've addressed things, but I guess we'll just get it again. How are you feeling coming into this camp, and things are on point for the weight check and all that other good stuff?
Weight's good, man. Really good. That's one of the main focus. Learned a lot over the last incident. One of the main things I learned, I'm allergic to a lot of things, a lot of food. What a lot of people didn't realize in the last event was I had stomach problems, which made it hard for me to digest food. So I ended up cutting more weight than normal because I couldn't digest. So that whole week I was struggling to even digest, and I was accumulating more water weight. But just taking away certain foods and experimenting with myself, of course, eating certain things, realizing I'm bloated from this and this and this. But the weight's been really good. Camp's been amazing. The training here at the facility has been great with Bo. I'm just ready to put on a show.
Is that some of the stuff that you're learning from here with the PI? Are they able to help shed a little light on some of that stuff? Or is this something you had to find out maybe through a different route?
Definitely a different route. I mean, I've been working mainly with Bo, with the strength training, and we've just been monitoring certain things, finding out where I'm more efficient at certain weight. But as far as the weight, to be honest, nobody knows my body better than me. So I took that into account to study more, read up on things, and again, finding out what my body is allergic to, what's not feeding my body fuel-wise, and to take things away and just adding stuff. And one of my great friends, she's a what do you call that stuff when you go on stage and pose?
Like a fitness.
Yeah,
model.
she does all that fit stuff. Anyways, so she gave me some insight on certain things, and I've just been picking stuff, and I feel really good. But as far as using the UFC facility, I've just been working with both my strength and conditioning.
Do you think a lot of fighters don't know about possible food allergies, or maybe they just, everyone's different, right? Everyone kind of takes the food or anything differently. But maybe a lot of fighters don't really know about that kind of thing, and they're cutting weight the wrong way.
I mean, to be honest, everyone knows, everyone's body's different, I think the older you get to, certain things don't work. You get older and then all of a sudden your belly just hangs out more than normal. You're more fat here than everything. Not you, but I'm saying like in general, so you just got to know your body. And I think it happened in a way where I just learned from it, It didn't have to happen, but in fact that it happened, it made me realize I need to pay attention to certain things. But everybody's different. I don't know how those guys are doing. They're probably working with certain specific people. But I was like, man, do I have to pay everybody to do my own stuff, or just understand my own body and just take it into account?
How scary was that whole situation?
It was scary, and it's funny because I was just talking to my buddies about it. And if I could put it on quote, I literally almost died for the sport. And I pushed my body to the brink where an acute kidney failure, and it wasn't the smartest thing, but my pride got in the way. Because as an athlete, we show up, there's no sick days. I don't remember the last time I fought without an injury. I've always competed with injuries. I'm good now, but I've always competed with injuries, and it's like, okay, I just got to put it to the side and show up. And I was 187, and I was like, okay, let me go downstairs and pay the 20% penalty. But I'm disciplined, I said I never miss weight, so I pushed my body a little further, and I got to 185.6, I believe, and I was like, I just need to make it to the scale. And before I went to the scale, I collapsed in the elevator. The doctor pretty much told me if you had to compete that night, you probably would pass, but it was such a stress on my body.
When he said pass, you mean die?
I'm not gonna say those words per se, but some bad shit would happen.
So how does that feel like, as a fighter, you probably feel invincible, and then to come face to face with your mortality?
This guy. Again, there's a smart way to do things, the right way to do things, and I let my pride get in the way again because there was a certain injury that I was battling with digestion, and when you can't really digest, the food just sits. And when the food sits, for fight week, you do your water load, and I'm loading, and more is just going up instead of me losing or peeing out or sweating. My stomach was just still there. It was uncomfortable. So what I did, I actually cut weight from 204, which I've never done. I usually start from like 195, which is easy on my body. and that put a drastic stretch on me. So that's why I was suffering.
Did it change your outlook on life?
I wouldn't say on life. I mean, to be honest, getting in the cage is an outlook. You know, it's hard for people to understand because it's scary when you're in there. Some of these fighters, they know how to control it. They go out there, I'm gonna kill you. Like, let's face it, we're all scared. It's the scariest thing on this planet to actually say I'm gonna literally kill you, or someone to be, you know, say they can kill you. What do they call it? Modern day gladiator without the sword. But it's scary overall. But I wouldn't say that gave me a big change in outlook on life. It was more like a wake up call to pay more attention, because you're getting older, and as you're getting older, you got to pay attention to certain things, because things are not the same with your body, especially when you're competing. It's like a car, you know, you got to keep fine tuning it. You got to put that right fuel, and you know, you got to change the oil and all that stuff.
So is this going to be a Uriah Hall 2.0?
We'll go 3.0. Uriah Hall 3.0.
Well, let's jump over to your opponent. Break him down for us. What do you? I mean, he's a big, muscly guy. You know, coming in. What are you expecting the dangers to be going in there in the cage with him?
What's his name?
Paulo Costa.
Paulo Costa, that guy.
The eraser.
Yeah, what is he? Big, strong, Brazilian guy, muscles, talks a good game. It's funny because all the Brazilian guys I talk to, they don't like him. I don't know why. They don't like him. Like, I hate that guy. He's you know, he's young, he's hungry. It's the right thing to do in the sport, you know. Talk a good game. He's confident. That's perfect. I thrive on the stuff like that, you know. I think it brings a lot to the table where it makes it more interesting. You know, he's probably the favorite, I'm guessing. But all bets are off when the cage door is locked, so people can bet and all that stuff. But good for him, man. Let him do what he needs to do. Let him sell the fight more than me. He's better at it. I'm just gonna chill.
A lot of people say that he's like a younger version of Vitor Belfort. Do you see like that? And do you think the strategy would be kind of similar to the one you had for that fight?
Are we talking about steroids or?
No, styles.
You can quote me on that too. I don't think so. But there's one thing he's really good at. He's confident. And when you're confident, you can, you know, it's like you wake up in the morning and tell yourself in the mirror, you're gonna get out there and be somebody, Carl. So he's confident with that. Let him use it. I don't see any similarities with the whole Vitor thing. Maybe he's aggressive, but he hasn't really fought anybody like me. I'm very dynamic. I'm creative in there. He's a bully fighter. Bully fighters, what do? They bully you. They come forward. That's an easy target for me. So all I need is timing. I just need this much window. That's it.
Speaking on guys that have a lot of confidence, Uriah Hall has been out there jawing, saying that he thinks that he's going to get the winner of this match. I don't know if you saw the quote that he said something like he thinks watching you fight is like a guy playing Tekken but hitting all the buttons waiting for something to happen. I don't know if you saw any of that or your thoughts on him and him already looking at this fight.
Israel?
Yeah.
Who's she? Who's that? Again, listen, a lot of these fighters that are coming in, what do they call it? The counter effect. Let me talk shit. Let me create a name. Let me try to be somebody. And listen, this is the fight game, man. It's the hurt business. You're telling me you're going to tell me I'm not good and we're in the same boat trying to get the same. He's just trying to get into Brad's head. It's a good strategy. You know, he's looking past his opponent. Brad kicks my ass every day, man. I don't know what this guy thinks. He's in for a rude awakening, but you know, it's a potential matchup further down the line. But I'm not focused on that dude. He's chump change, man. He don't even speak well. He's nothing right now. He's just trying to get in there and try to get in there easy. I paid my way. I worked my ass off, and you can quote me on this. Fuck him. I ain't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. So,